But if you take away the crutch, people will surprise you.
COVID's been interesting in that it's revealed how tenuous our locator workforce situation is. In fact, if I had to say what the number one problem with our current system of damage prevention is I'm not sure there will be enough people soon that want to locate.
Yeah, and there may not be, and to some extent, look, if you pay someone enough, if you pay enough for a job, you'll find people. I think the locator workforce and how you have a fixed workforce during any short amount of time. I mean, over 10 years, you could grow it, but over a 2-week period, you can't hire a bunch of people, right? So you have a fixed workforce and a variable workload, right? And the analogy I give is, imagine you and I run a restaurant, and we know what's going to happen in any one day, which is there are going to be anywhere from 0 to 5 spikes in volume.
Right.
Okay. But we don't know when, because current restaurants, they know there's going to be 2 spikes in volume, right? Lunch and dinner. Okay. The rest of the time, you have a skeleton crew, or you can even shut down. But if you and I ran a restaurant in this business, and the analog would be, we know there's going to be 0 to 5 spikes throughout the day. We don't know when they're going to be, and we don't know how long it's going to be, and we don't know exactly how high the spike will be. But we have to staff accordingly.
Right.
And we don't get any, we might get 5 minutes warning, like 5 minutes warning. Hey, in 5 minutes, the volume is going to go up 8 times. Well, we're like, okay, what do you want me to do about that? Right. So you hear a lot in this industry about, why don't you staff to the peak? You hear complaints from excavators or others.
I would say you hear that from utilities as they question the business practices of the contract locating companies they hire.
Why don't you staff to the peak? And my response is always, point an industry where you staff to the peak. There are no industries that staff to the peak. Even the utilities that might complain, even the utilities, they cannot manage their power output to the peak. You hear about rolling brownouts or rolling blackouts during the summer. They can't manage to the peak. So, and the reason for that, again, is the payers of the system and the recipients of the goods and services of the system are different.
Right.
Right? So, I need it done, so does everyone else. I don't care. I knew about the work I'm going to do this week. I knew about 3 months ago, but legally I don't have to call it in until 48 hours beforehand.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing.
Right.
Right? But if that excavator were in control of the locators and as well as other things, that excavator would let them know, like, listen, 3 months ago you say, in 3 months, I'm going to need these locates done.
Right, right. Yep.